friends, welcome to the Point. In this session, let's discuss about Russia and India. So in the previous session, we have discussed about the history of Soviet Union and India and how were the relations building between India and Russia. So here let's continue our discussion about the topic. So this person called Dimitry Medvedev. So his views about the relation of Russia with India is that relation with India, it have always been and I'm sure will be one of the most important foreign policy priorities of our country. Our mutual ties of friendship are filled with sympathy and trust and openness, and we must say frankly that they were never overshadowed by disagreements or conflicts. So this understanding, this is indeed the common heritage of our peoples. It is valued and cherished in our country, in Russia and in India, and we are rightfully proud of so close relations between our countries. So this is a statement given by Dimitry Medvedev, who is a Russian politician serving as a deputy chairman of Security Council of Russia since 2020. So Medvedev served as a president from 2008 to 2012 and prime minister from 2012 to 2020. So he was a prime minister of Russia. Next, talking about Pratibha Patil. She is an Indian politician who served as the 12th President of India from 2007 to 2012. She is a member of Indian National Congress, and Patil is only woman to have held the office as a president, and she is the first woman president of India, and she had previously served as a governor of Rajasthan from 2004 to 2007. So her views about the relations with Russia. So Pratibha Patil said that we are confident that India lives in the hearts of every Russian, and in the same way I can assure you that Russia also lives in our souls as a homeland, as people who share our emotion, our feelings of mutual respect and constant friendship. Long live our friendship. So this was a statement given by Pratibha Patil. And the next great personality is Pranab Mukherjee. He was an Indian statesman and who served as the 13th President of India from 2012 until 2017. So in a political career spanning 5 decades, Mukherjee was a senior leader in the Indian National Congress and occupied several ministerial portfolios in the government of India. So Pranab Mukherjee's views about the India's relation with Russia was that India-Russia relationship is one of the deep friendship and mutual confidence that would not be affected by transient political trends. Russia has been a pillar of strength at difficult moment in India's history, and India will always reciprocate this support. Russia is and will remain our most important defense partner and a key partner of our energy security, both on nuclear energy and hydrocarbons. So this was a statement made by Pranab Mukherjee. Now let's discuss about the political relations between India and Russia. So the first major political initiative since the collapse of Soviet Union between India and Russia began with the strategic partnership signed between the two countries in 2000. So President Vladimir Putin stated in an article written by him in the Hindu that the declaration on strategic partnership between India and Russia signed in October 2000, it became a truly historic step. And former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh also agreed with his counterpart by stated in speech given during President Putin's 2012 visit to India. And President Putin is a valued friend of India and the original architect of India-Russia strategic partnership. So both countries, they closely collaborated on matters of shared national interest, and this include at the United Nations, BRICS, G20 and Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So Russia also strongly supports India receiving a permanent seat of United Nations Security Council. In addition to that, Russia has vocally backed India joining the NSG and APEC. NSG is nothing but the Nuclear Suppliers Group. It is a multilateral export control design and a group of nuclear supplier countries that seek to prevent nuclear proliferation by controlling the export of materials, equipment and technology that can be used to manufacture nuclear weapons. Talking about this APEC, that is Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. It is an intergovernmental forum of 21 member economies in the Pacific Rim that promotes free trade throughout the Asia Pacific region following the success of Asian series of post-ministerial conferences launched in mid-1980s. So moreover, Russia has also expressed interest in joining SAARC with observer status, in which India is a founding member. So Russia currently is one of the only two countries in the world that has a mechanism for annual ministerial level defense reviews with India. The Indo-Russian Intergovernmental Commission is one of the largest and most comprehensive governmental mechanism that India has had with any country internationally, and almost every department from Government of India attends it. Relations have deteriorated recently due to India's anti-China stance. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, he accused the West of trying to undermine Russia's close partnership with India, and he added that India is being used as an object by the Western powers. IRIGC, that is Indo-Russian Intergovernmental Commission. It is a main body that conducts affairs at governmental levels between both countries, and some have described it as a steering committee of Indo-Russian relations, and it is divided into two parts. The first covering trade, economic, scientific, technological and cultural cooperation. So this is normally co-chaired by Russian Deputy Prime Minister and the Indian External Affairs Minister. The second part of the commission covers military technical cooperation. This is co-chaired by the two countries' respective defense ministers, and both parts of IRIGC meet annually. So in addition to the IRIGC, there are other bodies that conduct economic relations between two countries. So this include Indo-Russian Forum on Trade and Investment, the India-Russia Business Council, the India-Russia Trade, Investment and Technology Promotion Council, and India-Russia Chamber of Commerce. An article penned by Vladimir Putin, it was published in the Times of India on 30th May 2017, a day before Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Russia to mark the 70th anniversary of the establishment of relations between India and Russia on 30th April 1947. So the military relationship between India and Russia. The Soviet Union was an important supplier of defense equipment for several decades, and this role has been inherited by the Russian Federation. Russia 68%, USA 14%, and Israel 7.2% are the major arms supplier to India in 2012 to 2016, and India and Russia have deepened their Make in India defense manufacturing cooperation by signing agreements for the construction of naval frigates. Ka-2260 twin engine utility helicopters. It was a joint venture to make 60 in Russia and 140 in India. And next is BrahMos crucial mission. It is also a joint venture with 50.5% India and 49.5% Russia. So in December 1988, an India-Russia cooperation agreement was signed, which resulted in sale of a multitude of defense equipment to India and also the emergence of the countries as development partners as opposed to purely to a buyer-seller relationship, including the joint venture projects to develop and produce the fifth generation fighter aircraft and the multi-role transport aircraft. First one is fifth generation fighter aircraft and the multi-role transport aircraft. So the agreement is pending a 10-year extension. And in 1997, Russia and India signed a 10-year agreement for further military technical cooperation, which encompassed a wide range of activities, including the purchase of completed weaponry, joint development and production, and joint marketing of armaments and military technologies. Now, the cooperation is not limited to a buyer-seller relationship, but it includes joint research and development, training, service-to-service contacts, including joint exercises. The last joint naval exercise took place in April 2007 in the Sea of Japan, and joint airborne exercises were held in September 2007 in Russia. An Intergovernmental Commission on Military Technical Cooperation is co-chaired by the defense ministers of the two countries. The seventh session of this Intergovernmental Commission was held in October 2007 in Moscow. So during the visit, an agreement on joint development and production as prospective multi-role fighters was signed between the two countries. In 2012, both countries signed a defense deal which is worth of $2.9 billion during President Putin's visit to India for the 42nd new Sukhois to be produced under license by Defense PSU Hindustan Aeronautics, which will add to the 230 Sukhois earlier contracted from Russia. Overall, the price tag for the 272 Sukhois, that is 3 of the over 170 inducted till now have crashed and stands at over $12 billion. So the medium lift Mi-17 V5 helicopter, that is 59 for IAF and 12 for Home Ministry, or can say as a BSF, will add to the 80 such choppers already being inducted under $1.34 billion deal which was inked in 2008. So the value of India's defense project with Russia will further zoom north after the imminent inking of a final decision contract for joint development of a futuristic stealth fifth generation fighter. So this research and development contract is itself pegged at $11 billion to be shared equally by the two countries. So if India indexes over 200 of these fifth generation fighters as it hopes to do from 2002 onwards, the overall cost of this gigantic project for India will come to around $35 billion, since each of the jets will come for upwards of $100 million at least. So in October 2018, India inked the historic agreement which was worth of rupees $5.43 billion with Russia to procure 5 S-400 Triumph surface-to-air missile defense system and the most powerful missile defense system in world, ignoring America's CATSA Act. So the United States threatened India with sanctions over India's decision to buy S-400 missile defense system from Russia. So India and Russia, they have several major joint military programs, including BrahMos cruise missile program, fifth generation fighter jet program, Sukhoi or Su-30 MKI program, which 230 plus to be built in Hindustan Aeronautics. Next is Illusion or HAL tactical transport aircraft, And the next is Ka-2260 twin engine utility helicopters and some frigates. So between 2013 and 2018, Russia accounted for 62% of arms sales in India. Sales to India, which was down from 79% between 2008 and 2012. So additionally, India has purchased or leased various military hardware from Russia. Their S-400 Triumph, so which is a purchase pending, and next is Kamau Ka-226, in which 200 is to be made in India under the Make in India initiative. The next is T-90S Bhishma, with over 1,000 to be built in India. Akula 2, it is a nuclear submarine, and 2 will be leased with an option to buy when the lease expires. The next one is INS Vikramaditya. This is an aircraft carrier program. Next is Tu-22 M3 bombers, which 4 are ordered but not yet delivered. Next is $900 million to upgrade of MiG-29 and MIL-Me-17. 80 is ordered and more in service. The next one is Illusion 276 Candid, with 6 are ordered to fit Israeli Falcon radar. And the final one is the Farkor Air Base. Farkor Air Base in Tajikistan. It is currently jointly operated by Indian Air Force and Tajikistan Air Force. So this is all about the military relationship and the political relations. In the next session, let's discuss about the economic relations between India and Russia. Thank you.